I just want to make this one thing very clear. The only thing motivating me to get this done is the fact that I'm going to go to Macca's after this and eat. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. My mate at uni, my boy at uni got me into this shit. If you don't know this man, vibe. Ding, ding. So, I got asked a pretty cool question. Abraham asked me how to become a better role player, right? And I find this question so good because people don't even want to consider themselves a role player. And sad to say it, if you ain't like a 6'8", 6'9", built like a train, play like Curry, think like LeBron or Rondo, you're a role player, my guy. And even if you have all those stats, you could be a role player, my guy. And let's face it, you don't have them stats. So it is what it is. And if you do have them stats, you should be playing a different sport. No, but anyway, what I'm getting at, what is a good way, or how can you become a better role player? And I sat there and I thought to myself, fuck, what is the best way to become a better role player? And what are some words of advice that I can give? And I find myself being a role player all the time, and I don't mind that. I just give a fuck about winning. That's the only thing that matters. And if you can make your main mindset think that way, it's probably going to make it a lot easier to become a role player. If you're trying to be that guy and you're trying to prove a point to everyone in the room, becoming a role player is going to be probably really difficult. Unless you're like, I can prove to everyone that I'm going to be a role player, just watch me, right? And that's a cool mindset. It's going to get you in a lot of trouble, but it is what it is. What can you do to be a better role player? Fuck. This one isn't such an easy question to answer. I think first of all, you have to get rid of the ego, like I said. Secondly, you have to understand the game of basketball and where it happens. It helps too if you play under a coach, right? If you play under a system and you can see where you can fit in. Hence why when people go to college and they try to figure out where's the best college to go to or best team to try and jump into, they try and understand what the team's offense revolves around, and even defensively, right? Understanding the system will help you figure out where you can put your little footprint into the game. A friend who did that, and that's how they got their scholarship into college. They just went to different schools and try to figure out which ways they can help the offense work. Take, for example, Peyton Pritchard, 6-foot guard, not really that athletic, scoring juggernaut, and that's a shit. And if he was a 6'9" player, same as Isaiah Thomas, if he was a 6'9" player, this motherfucker would be fucking legendary. But he's not. He's only 6 foot, so what do? They bring him off the bench as a 6-foot guard and 6-foot scorer, and he just runs the show. The moment he catches the ball, his job is to get buckets, and that is a job that you could have too. It doesn't necessarily have to be. It does, because people think, because I'm a role player, I don't get to do the fun, quote unquote, fun parts. But that's completely wrong. If you're in a system and they need a scorer, you could be the best scorer in the team. Boom, done. If they need a passer, you could be the best passer in the team. If they need a screener, if they need a backdoor cutter, if they need a mover, you could fit anywhere in those categories. And then as long as you can do that to your best ability, it is what it is. 3 and D, that's a simple one, right? You got You got anyone that plays about 6'9", anywhere between 6'6" and 6'9", that all they do is catch the ball and shoot it and then play defense on the side. Hey man, motherfuckers get paid like 20 mil a year and then the NBA to do that shit now. Why can't you? NBA will probably take a zero off, but it is what it is. All I'm saying is there are ways you can get better at being a role player. I think honestly, personally, the biggest one is the ego. Flush the ego down the door. And And you can do that. It's easier to do that if all you care about is winning. If you care about other shit, like you know, the typical fucking cunt that, sorry, pardon my language, the typical player that goes to a run and then they'll play, and it's only first to 11, yeah? First to 11. They lose. Other team gets 11, they get 6. This motherfucker gets 5. He goes, yeah. They'll be like, damn, we lost. And yeah, but I scored 5 points. It's like, yeah, motherfucker, but you lost. And he's like, yeah, but I scored 5 points. That shit, fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. Score 5 points and get a dub. Then talk to me about fucking 5 points. Hey, Azizi with the ZZ, Azizi with the ZZ. On a more personal note to you guys, you don't have to do this shit and aspire to be like legendary. You can do this shit like train, record yourself, have fun, learn. You can do that just because you like the sport. And that goes for anything else in your life, yeah? It's okay. There's nothing wrong with trying to do something to your best ability because you love it. People be hating because they look at you and go, why is the guy trying so hard? He's trash. Heaven forbid you do that and then open up a door for your future. And those people don't know how to. You're never gonna get the acknowledgement that you deserve, especially by the people you want it the most by. And that's okay. Keep thriving, because eventually you'll figure out all that matters is making yourself happy. That's my Yoda moment for today, guys. Come back in next week, all right? I keep thinking my lens is dirty. Maybe it's just the focus. So, how about, I feel like the script of the NBA is gonna be Bronny and Wimby playing in the same team one day. Can you imagine how much money that shit'll make? Imagine, right? Wimby, or starting point guard. Imagine starting point guard, Bronny Jr., because he's the shortest. Shooting guard, Bryce James, small forward, Elijah Arenas, power forward, and Anthony, and the center, Wimby. Bro, you know how many seats that shit will sell? Do you know how many seats that shit would sell, bro? That would be wild. I'm finding the only problem with my current form is, and this is sad to say, but it's consistent. So if a defender guards me, they just need to understand where my shot comes from and they'll catch it. It used to be so fucked up and so ugly that even if they knew where my shot was coming from, I could adjust it, but also it was in such an awkward spot that they would hit me most of the times. 3, 4. Tonight, my goal is it's Saturday, by the way, if any of you cared. But my goal is to organize a plan in terms of timeline and follow that shit. I need a day of it, just a whole day of recording. Come in here early as fuck or some shit and just record and see if I can consistently upload shit like that. I was contemplating doing those videos, right? That like in every direction, which is cool, but it's so much more complicated to make a video. Whereas I can just sit here and do this shit. I can just sit here and record this motherfucker the entire time. There's just shit's gonna go flying. Typical. Try that again. Let me just make 10 and then go from there. 1. So I got traded because I play in this Rib League. Shout out to Rib for the opportunities. Anyway, I play here on a Sunday afternoon, Sunday night, whatever the time is. And they have like draft pools, right? They have stats, they have AI shit. It's pretty dope, right? But I'm like the Rib brothel right now. I'm just getting ran through. And that's all right though. I don't give a fuck. I only came here to get some exercise on a Sunday. Anyway, I got traded to the Coyotes now. Boy Preston is the captain. They have captains, right? And I don't know. I don't remember what the team looks like. I'm gonna be honest, but it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. It's always fun to play basketball, right? Me personally, it's always fun. It's always fun to learn a new team. It's frustrating if the team doesn't learn themselves. Like if they can't adjust as quick as I think, then it makes it hard. But in the grand scheme of things, coming out and just hooping will be good. Hopefully we get a big. Hopefully get someone at about 6'5" or some shit that we can run pick and rolls with. He can get heaps of stats and rebounds and fucking buckets, and we can have fun while playing it. Admittedly, it's gonna be hard because we don't know anyone. Like we haven't really played in teams with each other. But ain't nothing but fun. Ain't nothing but a challenge, right? Ain't nothing but a challenge. Last one, sure, right? I thought of this idea, right? And I told these guys, I said, hey man, smart idea for your guys' company is to put teams into the competitions that Melbourne runs, because we're from Melbourne. Take it with a grain of salt. It could be a good idea, it could be a bad idea, but it is an idea. I think in terms of growing a business, it's a smart idea. Maybe it's a bit too early. They went, this company, the boys, they went the route of making the competition and, building within. That's dope. And obviously it's working. The other one that does this, these, like the basketball 24/7, they put teams into those comps. So dope to see, bro. So dope to see this game growing. It wasn't too hard to do it too. Oh shit. I left my drink here last night. So this kid yesterday, I seen him training, and you guys might not be conscious of this, but he's doing shooting drills, threes. I don't know if he was doing middies before I got there, but he was doing threes when I got there. And one thing he didn't pick up on, and I don't think he was conscious of, and maybe you aren't either, but when he's running, so he was doing touching a pad, shelling around the three, and then catching and shooting. What you guys should be conscious of, and I told him this too, when you touch the thing and you run to your spot, you want to try and keep your body center up with the ring the entire time, so that if the ball comes at the wrong time, you're ready to catch it, especially if you're known as a three-point shooter. So I told him, learn how to do the weave with your feet so that as soon as you see the ball, you can size up and catch. A lot of guys, they'll curl off, they'll sprint, and then get to their spot and then open up. That shit's okay if the pass is perfect every time, but it's not perfect every time. So if you can understand that this is gonna be a movement that is gonna kind of slow your shot down, then you should try and change it. So I told him, weave the foot and then open up and shoot. Also keep in mind that if you're gonna weave or if you're gonna slide your feet around, pretend like you're gonna drive in, like cut, and then step back, because you can make simple separation just with your feet going inside out and then coming in. Another one he wasn't conscious of, and you may not be too, is when he's running back, or even in this drill actually, let's keep this to this drill, when he's curling around, he does that sometimes, he does it not, but he'll go one, hop, or so outside hop, so run, outside, hop. Another one, he'll go run, inside hop, or he'll go run, 1, 1, 2, like that. See how there's 1, 2, 3, curls around, 1, 2, 3. All of these are okay to do. All of those are okay to do. Some are just gonna slow your shot down. But if that doesn't matter, if you're a taller guard, if you jump high, it's gonna be okay. That 1, 2, 3 step, that one hop step, that inside hop step, it's gonna be okay. Just to learn how to practice all three of them, yeah? It'll help your jump shot go a long way, and it's a simple adjustment. It's just the inside outside foot shit. I want to go get some food. So he's doing this. So he's coming here, and then when it shoots, he drops back. He does that. But he's going one, and then he'll do the 1, 2. And it's always going to be an inconsistent shot if your footwork isn't the same. Only because the power is going to be different, right? The power, the balance, the tempo. And this is what I'm learning with my new shot, is my tempo. But I can get hella range now. I can get hella range with my new shot, and consistent range too. And aim. Just learning how to do it. Learning how to shoot this shot, because I haven't learned how to shoot it. God damn. 1. Hey. 2, 3, 2, 3, 3. Fuck. 4, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Another thing I'm liking too is younger dudes are wanting to learn the game. And this is gonna differentiate you from being a good player and an average player, or being a good player and a great player. Yeah, like a lot of you guys have all this information that you guys can learn from and educate yourself and physically earn skills in basketball. You guys know all the drills now. Like when I was a kid, I didn't know no drills. And like now it's basically fed to you. You got your social media, you got your games, like 2K, they do that shit in real trainings. Like, and you've got older guys and you've got like games, you've got non-stop games. People don't watch basketball, but they want to be the best at it. Like, and I get it, I've met people who don't watch basketball and are fucking great. They're really talented. And they understand the rhythm of the game, the flow of the game. They understand the concepts of who's hot and who's not. They know how to break down defense when someone's in. They have natural talent. But if you mix natural talent with hard work, which hard work could involve studying the game, shit is exponential, right? I like that young dudes are starting to ask about the game. As an older person, I'm an older person, it's our job to share knowledge. And if we can't do that, then I don't know what you're doing with your life, to be honest with you. Like if you're too stubborn, if you're too scared to share knowledge, you didn't deserve that knowledge in the start. And I mean that respectfully. What's our time? I'm dipping at fucking 10 past. Hey, I'm gonna stop there. I'm gonna save my battery. I'm gonna go hoop later. If you watch this, appreciate you. If you didn't, it is what it is. Love you anyway. Deuce.